Good morning, colleagues.
Morning.
People, it's like they are cold. They are still cold. Okay, and let me not waste time. Let us go straight to what I'm here for. So I'll be speaking about the role in which SADiLaR's supports digital humanities. So let me begin by talking about what SADiLaR is, because we normally use this acronym, and at times we find that people don't understand what do we mean by SADiLaR. And previously, when you Google SADiLaR, you used to get that there's a polon there written SADiLaR. Then I was like, oh, we share the same acronym. But in terms of SADiLaR, the one that I'm talking about here is the South African Center for Digital Language Resources, which is a national center supported by Department of Science and Innovation as part of the new South African Research Infrastructure Roadmap. So we are hosted at the Northwest University, Potchefstroom campus. So we are also a member of Clarin, which is a digital infrastructure offering data, tools, services to support research based on language resources. So even if you go to Clarin, it's an international organization in which you will find most of the resources in terms of language. So at SADiLaR, we have basically two programs. One is the digitization program, which entails the systematic creation of relevant digital text, speech, multimodal resources related to all official languages of South Africa. So we're now only focusing on the spoken one, the 11th one. We haven't yet focused on sign language, which is the 12th. Then we also focus on digital humanities, which facilitates the building of research capacity by promoting, supporting the use of digital data and innovative methodological approaches within humanities and social science. So let us go straight to how do we support digital humanities. So the function of SADiLaR is to provide what I call an enabling function. How then? One, we support research and development in the domains of language technologies, language-related studies in humanities, social science, as I've mentioned, in all the spoken South African official languages. We also support the creation of digital resources. So our current project in terms of this is the SWIP project, which was mentioned yesterday, in which we are trying to create corpora in all the South African languages. So this is one of the projects in which we are trying to create digital resources. So this is an embracing term when I talk about digital resources, which can include the creation of natural language processing tools, corpus, and other supporting research tools. Then these are some of the projects which SADiLaR has been conducting. We have what we call the African WordNet and multilingual linguistic terminology. We also have the communicative development inventories for all South African 11 official languages, which we normally call it the CDI. This is conducted by our node and the Stellenbosch University. Then we also embarked on healthy resources in South African languages, which was a project which was meant to develop tools that are related to the healthy field. Then we also have another project which consists of harvesting existing sources of speech data for human technology language development in South Africa. So these are the few projects that I decided to mention them. So to see more of our projects, you can follow this link which is projected there at SADiLaR, and then you go straight to projects. That's where you will see all our projects that are ongoing and those that have been completed. Then how do you reach this support? So we have free available language softwares or tools for research purposes, which you can also access from our website under technologies. So these include the likes of part of speech taggers, morphological decomposers, as well as yesterday they talk about the spelling checkers for South African languages. So usually here we get so many questions, but they are not 100% efficient. Yes, technology will never replace human beings. Even the spell checker that you use in your Microsoft Word for English, at times we'll underline some language, some words which even are correct based on the context. For even these ones, these are, should I say, softwares which are still at the infant stage, which needs to be developed. So they can't be further refined in a sense that if people don't use them. For instance, I usually play with the one for Siswati. It works for basic words because what usually happens here in the development of these language softwares or tools depends on the training data that was used. So you find that if you're now using data that is outside its domain, you'll find so many errors. So I'll encourage people just to go there and then try to play with those tools that we have there. Then they can even make recommendations that, you know what, it does this, it doesn't do that. So what usually it does is that it won't achieve 100% accuracy. Even the one for well-developed languages, for instance, the part of speech tagger, it won't give you 100% result. Hence, it enables you not taking, should I say, the human intervention. Then we also provide trainings and workshops in digital humanities, such as programming and digitization through the Escalator program. So this is one of a kind of training, if I can mention it there. DH Ignite under Escalator program. So under Escalator program, we have so many programs. If you go to our website, you will see that we also have programming programs being run there. And then SADiLaR's role in supporting digital humanities can also be seen in terms of the resources that we have in our repositories. So in our repositories, you get so many, should I say, corpus or data there in different forms. It is made out of 3 parts. One, the index contains metadata for all assets in the repository, those that can be downloaded and be requested. So what we do here in the repository, we don't take ownership of the data. So you can also contribute your own data and have your contacts there. So what you only provide is the platform for the data to be accessed. So ownership is not rest upon SADiLaR. So you can put your own data there so that people will reuse it. So you find that the data that you had was funded with, let me say, millions there. You look at one aspect of it, then you decided to hide it somewhere or to dump it. But you can also contribute it at SADiLaR repositories. So our repositories contain this type of resources. We have electronic text and speech. We have multimodal resources. We have tools, application, and platforms that support the process of data and development of new technologies. So this is where you can access our resources on our website. Then you can also submit your resource. The guidelines on how to submit your data on our repository is also found on our website. Then let me give one example before Respect cut me here. So this is one of the projects in which SADiLaR was conducting a workshop in terms of digitization, which was held at Muzi Matfunjwa Museum workshop in Durban. So you can see there, they were just demonstrating how you can digitize the text in trying to preserve them, because you know that if text is, should I say, kept in terms of hard copies, should there be a storm or rain, everything is ruined there. So it's best to keep them in a digital format. So this is one of the workshops that was conducted by SADiLaR at this museum in Durban. So this first picture is SADiLaR's employee with the participants. Even here, you can see that there's John Stain there, also demonstrating how you can digitize material. So we also have what we called building a community of practice through channels like DH Ignite, Slack, and DH Colloquium, which usually run every Wednesday, once a month at least, from 10 to 11. So you can join us there. So we also provide funding for Digital Humanities projects. So now they are currently closed, but then at times we usually run calls for researchers to apply for funding for projects related to digitization and digital humanities. So for more information about us as SADiLaR, you can access our website. Thank you.